first contestant is Alvin Mullins. Have you ever had one of those days? Have you ever had one of those days? Alvin Mullins.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, have you ever had one of those days? You know those days where the stars seem a little bit brighter, where the planets are all aligned just perfectly. Well, I've had one of those days. To really understand that day, you have to understand the vitriol and the hatred and the competitiveness between my Memphis Tigers and the dastardly, odious, despicable University of Tennessee Volunteers. University of Tennessee, or UT at Knoxville, as most people call them, unless you're a Tiger fan, called University of Memphis my alma mater, Tiger High. True blue Tiger fans refer to them as Ute or Hillbilly High or just plain Vols. The record between the two schools stands at 20-1 in favor of Tennessee. A lot of Vol fans believe it should be 21-1, except for one day, a day in their mind which shall live in infamy, was a cool, clear, crisp day in November 1996 at the Liberty Bowl Stadium in Memphis, Tennessee. A record crowd of 65,885 witnesses were there. On this side, we had the most evil-looking orange color you can imagine, the University of Tennessee. They were ranked number 6 in the country. They had just come off of 2 straight conference wins over Alabama, South Carolina. They were on cruise control. They were even thinking that they were going to a major bowl game. Everything was well in volunteer land. After all, they beat us 15 straight times. And oh, by the way, they were led by Heisman Trophy candidate Peyton Manning at quarterback. The month of November, since 1985, their record was 41-1, only losing once to top-rated Notre Dame. On this side, the good guys, my Memphis Tigers. We only won 4 games that year. We lost 7. But not this time. Not in this place. Not this game. They could take our state, but they weren't going to take our pride. So this is the way the game laid out. Our offense, pitiful as usual. Our defense was great, but then came the play. Picture, if you will, the Memphis tight end catching the ball going across the goal line with 34 seconds left in the game. That picture is indelibly burned into the psyche of every University of Tennessee fan. Now, there's many words that you can use to describe what they're feeling. Perhaps the best way to think about it is to take your finger, place it on your tongue, and jab it back as far as you can. They still have that bitterness back there when they see that touchdown. How do we, Memphis fans, feel? It's like waves of endorphins crashing over our brain. It was as if our firstborn, against all odds and against the law of gravity, took her first step. It was like U.S. hockey team beating the Soviet Union in Lake Placid. It was 13 years ago and I still get chills. The Memphis newspaper, simple headline, orange, crushed. Dateline Memphis, taking advantage of early
relentless defense, a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, a 76-yard interception return, and a 69-yard game-winning drive in the final 6 minutes. The Tigers beat Tennessee 21-17, ending 4 decades of frustration.
Manning was confused all day. He threw 2 interceptions and was sacked 3 times. But still, he got them down to the 28-yard line to kick a field goal to go ahead, 17-14. So our offense came in. 6 minutes left in the game. On our own 31-yard line. Our quarterback, who had been injured for most of the game, comes back in and he engineers a drive, including a 41-yard pass down to the 16-yard line of Tennessee. 2 plays later, Chris Powers covers the ball as he falls across the end line. But we left Peyton Manning 34 seconds. And 34 seconds to a man like Peyton Manning is not much. On the last play of the game, Manning goes back to pass. He passes to his running back, who laterals back to him. And as he's getting tackled, he can see in the far end zone, the goalposts come tumbling down. Philip Fulmer, the Tennessee coach, said, "This was the most disappointing loss of my entire career." The game was called the biggest upset in college football for that year. The guy that ran the kickoff return back, he won an ESPY award. And we still hold the record for the highest ranked football team ever beaten by a Conference USA school. But that's not what makes it sweet. What makes it sweet is the Vols didn't get to their bowl game. And Peyton Manning didn't win his Heisman Trophy. So yes, the stars shone brighter. The planets aligned. And for one day in my life, I had that perfect day when my Memphis Tigers were better than the Butte Vols.